All right, everybody, welcome back, and we finally have some Evelynnn gameplay, man. And this is actually so overall. I went to go check my games overall, like with my champions and how many games I played with them. So this season, I played 2 games with Evelynn, and overall, I actually only have 3 games. So this right here, this was my second game. I did play another game with Evelynn that I did record, but I ended up choosing to use this video instead. And honestly, so a couple of questions. All right. So number one is Evelynn broken? And then number two, I think it's is Evelynn the best AP jungler right now? So to answer the first one, personally, I don't think Evelynn is broken. I think she's still in a very balanced area. I still think her damage is very, very nice. But I think it's just the itemizations now that you can do with Evelynn is very, very nice. But personally, I think this game right here is a great example of like the struggles that you will have with Evelynn, especially if your team does not have functioning brains. So this game, my team, literally, I don't think one of my players on this team had a functioning brain. I think they were just, I don't know, man. My Jax at the end of the game was like 0-9. My support, I don't know what my support was doing, and this Zed, I don't know what this Zed was doing all game long. I was pretty fed throughout the game. But for whatever reason, I just felt that I was like, why does it feel like I cannot do anything? And another thing that made this game very difficult was the enemy team did lock in Rengar and Nautilus. So while I was playing it, I actually didn't remember that, okay, Rengar's ultimate actually is kind of is a counter to Evelynn's invisibility, because when you pop that ultimate, you can kind of see her if she is if she is the closest to you. And of course, Nautilus with his ultimate and then CC, that kind of definitely counters you. So this is a great example about Evelynn. And not only that, but like if your team doesn't lock in a sort of like engage champion, as you see in this game, right? We did have Jax, but this Jax was just a moron, man. Like I honestly believe this Jax might have been new to the game, because the way he was playing, I was just like, nah, this dude he did not have a brain, like I said. And of course, if you are going up against an Evelynn and you have a functioning brain, you won't struggle against her, right? You'll put down the wards, of course the pink wards, right? And pretty much you'll be able to spot her, you'll be able to see her, and you won't die to her invisibility that often. But speaking about Evelynn a little bit, man, I remember Evelynn back in Season 3 and Season 4 when she was brand new to the game. She was completely broken. So I don't know if a lot of you actually know how broken Evelynn was, but I started playing. I wasn't playing that serious back in the season like 2 and 3, but basically Evelynn's ultimate used to be able to execute and apply damage to objectives. So I remember so many times Evelynn was just so completely broken, because her ultimate would do like 1,000+ damage to these objectives. And basically back to season 3 and 4, Smite also did 1,000 damage to objectives. It was either 1,000 or 1,200 damage to these objectives. So when Evelynn could apply her ultimate damage to the objectives and Smite, it was like she was so broken, man, back in the season 3 and season 4. The same applied to Nunu as well. When Nunu was first introduced to Wildrift, man, his bite, that it would do like 1,000 damage to objectives, true damage as well. And then the Smite did another damage. I was like, there's no way you could beat a Nunu and an Evelynn. But right here, we managed to get a pretty nice game on Evelynn, as right here, we're kind of sneaking around using our invisibility on Rengar. And then we managed to surprise him right here and get it absolutely one shot on him and get the shutdown on Rengar. So of course, this is like Evelynn is very, very fun to play though, and I don't know why I never picked up on Evelynn. I don't think I ever liked the style of the champion, the way you have to play her. She is quite difficult to learn, but I think once you get a couple of like this right here was actually our second game on her. And we did play another one, but as I said, I decided to use this gameplay instead. So overall, we actually only have 3 games on Evelynn, and as you can see, right, she's definitely difficult, but not that difficult. You know, the hardest thing I would say to learn about Evelynn is probably her second ability, because it's kind of getting a balance between, do you use that ability? As you can see right here, Rengar tries to get a quick kill on us, but we use an ultimate to disengage, and we managed to pick him up. And as I was saying, right, her second ability, it's like, do you use it or do you not use it? You know, it's kind of like I think will separate you from getting a lot of kills to, like, you know, securing kills or not, you know? Because when you use that ability, it's pretty much, they know where you are and they know that you're around in that area. But there is a downside to not use to use it. Like, there's upsides and downsides as well. So getting a good understanding around how to play around the second ability, I guess, would be the hardest thing about Evelynn as well, in my opinion. Overall, this game is, you know, going very, very difficult. It's just, like I said, right, we're super fed. Like, we have 7 kills, but right here, I make a tremendous mistake. So, as I said, right, my team just, one thing all game long, they were not clearing wards for me. They were not playing around me at all. Like, I was super fed. I was doing the most damage on my team as I throw up an FF vote. I was just mad. I was like, why is my team not helping me at all? They're not clearing wards, and look at this Jax, like 0-7, you know. He's supposed to be the initiator for us, but I don't know what he was doing. Like, it felt like almost he was invisible the entire game. But this is one of the challenges, I guess, with Evelynn, is like, you really have to pick her into a suitable comp. You can't just lock her in and hope that your team just plays around you. You know, you either have to pick her up 4th pick or 5th pick if you can. That's probably the best situation, especially if you have an initiating team. Like, if me and Rengar switch positions, I think the game would have been so much better, right? I would have had Garen, someone that could tank, that could just front line for me, and then I would have Nautilus. As right here, as you can see, right, Rengar used his ultimate, and then Nautilus got the ultimate off on me, and then boom, GG, that's it. Like, I couldn't do anything. I wanted to use my ultimate, but I didn't notice Rengar ultimate at the time. I think he was playing it very smart. He was like outside of the vision, so I wouldn't know that he popped his ultimate. So a good play on the Rengar's part, right? And then Nautilus got his ultimate. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I won't die. I'll just flash or I can escape. But then Rengar uses ultimate and then one-shot me. So good play, great plays on the enemy team right there. As right here, it's pretty much just GG. There's really nothing much we can do. But as I said, right, it's like my team we didn't have functioning brains. And we just lose. Like, they weren't clearing wards for me. They weren't initiating fights for me. I just, as soon as I got 7 kills, I was just like, I had to clear wards myself, and there was just pink wards everywhere. I was like, no help. But this is a struggle of Evelynn. Like, she is quite balanced and very, very fun to play. As right here, I was just trying to read what was going on. But I'll definitely be playing a little bit more of Evelynn to see exactly. I'll have to play a little bit more of Evelynn to give my honest opinions about her. But overall, I feel like she's definitely in a very good spot. You know, not too overpowered and not too weak. Definitely very nice to play with, especially the new items. So I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.